That's right, guys. I'm here with Norma Reel at Lone Star Quiltworks. This morning we are learning how to make a t-shirt quilt. Okay, Norma, what is the first step of this process?
Well, you have a pile of shirts, and the first thing we're going to do is we are going to start cutting them down and preparing them. So we're going to prep the shirts. So I'm going to have you go ahead and take the scissors and start there, and we're just going to start cutting them and cut around the logo.
Okay.
So you're going to cut, and then once we get them cut, then we are going to stabilize them.
And you have been quilting for about 20 years now, and you said that you've made about 100 quilts, which is pretty incredible. I'm sure that at this point you could probably do this in your sleep.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I've seen all kinds of shapes and sizes. So now we have this full shirt here, and we've got the big logo.
And as I'm feeling it, I'm noticing, so t-shirts tend to stretch. What do you guys do to make sure that over time with the wear and tear that these don't stretch on the quilt?
Absolutely. So we'll talk about the stabilizer then. We use SF101 Pellin, and it's a stabilizer, and it has glue on the back. You can feel that.
Oh, and it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. So we'll flip the shirt over, and we'll use this one, and we flip it over like this, and then we put the stabilizer on it like so. And then this is what we're going to do, and we'll iron it down, and that'll all stick because of the glue. And then it's all stabilized, and then once we get it stabilized, we'll flip it back over.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is we'll put this here inside and center, and then we're going to take the rotary cutter and cut around that. So I have some already that we've done, if you want to show them that.
Squares?
Yep, the squares.
And it already has the backing on it, so really can withstand the wear and tear over time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, if someone is watching this and going, I don't know where to start, or I don't want to do this alone, you teach classes here at Lone Star Quiltworks, is that correct?
That's correct. We have one coming up July 6th and July 20th. And we'll work on their layout and make them feel comfortable and how to make a t-shirt quilt. And we'll start the first session with doing the basics of preparing the shirts like this.
And when you're talking about sessions, so when someone comes in to make a quilt t-shirt, you have 2 sessions. What goes into each one?
Okay, the first session is what we're doing here right away now is the basics and prepping the shirts. So they get all the shirts prepped at the first session, and then they go home with their homework and bring it back, and then we'll start piecing it the second session.
And I'm looking at this little map over here. What is this exactly?
This is a layout that I've used for another t-shirt quilt, and so what we do in class is there's no pattern for a t-shirt quilt, so we help make them one, and we do a layout of the sizes and the sashing and what they want to put in it, and we have them tell us, and then I tell them how much fabric they need to get and help them with all the measurements.
So pretty much a step-by-step, it's, you know, they know exactly what they need to do once they leave here.
Yes, absolutely. So they know exactly what they need to do, and they're not intimidated by where do I go from here?
So much. Well, thank you so much, Norma. It's been so fun learning from you. We are headed into the next step of the process after the break, which is laying out all of our t-shirt squares, but we will be back shortly. Back to you guys.